Hey everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, first open back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A few moments ago, it was Desmond Trufant of the Falcons making their way out of the tunnel to the delight of this sold-out crowd as his guys get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 19 carries, 89 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
They run. Devontae Freeman. A big run there by Freeman. 44 yards on the ground. And Freeman, not sure if he was a surprise exactly, but he sure took the NFL by storm.
But when you talk with his team, they'll tell you they saw this coming. They knew he had the talent. They were just ready to turn him loose on a full-time basis, and he took full advantage of it.
And now one of the most electrifying runners in the game today. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. T.J. Yeldon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No, check, Patriot!
From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
No, check, Patriot!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 130 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Grady Jarrett getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. They've got a second down at ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, Freeman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Freeman. So he got free at one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Chris Hogan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with a mark. Down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think
that's probably why.
Backwards. Let's check the call.
No. He said no, just a no. It was green. It was green.
Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got
that ball was coming off too.
Right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position, as you pointed out in this case.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
I'm trying to figure out what he's staring at when he's just standing there.
Jones making the play.
He's just waiting for that man to leave.
Inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tech McKinley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
I thought he got the ball at first until I realized it went to me.
A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Go ahead.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to... And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And give them a gain of 37. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance...
Man, it looks like we're all rocking Steph Curry on offensive shots.
Right there. We keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in.
that man just turned around. He didn't even follow. He just turned around and went back to the offensive end.
On the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Open man is
White.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Man, I get some of those greens that bounce around, man. It's like, those are great.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to
So
run
I hit your ass up.
go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
I text you yesterday. I said get 5. Oh, I threw a pick.
One that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. Look at the big man rumble. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Jones breaking from the contact and brought down, but not before.
Yeah, I'm trying to get y'all to hoop.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go.
If we ran in the count, we played it. We ain't dodged it for no shit. That's why I told you we fucked that team up that y'all said was good. These niggas about 30. Team Vital, 416 them. Yeah.
And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
You know I keep the screenings on deck, man.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta. All right, folks, eager to get back.
Facts, send me that shit too, boy.
Who?
you see some of my videos, you'd see it, man.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1.
Yeah, arena and all that.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They start the second half with Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm gonna follow right.
What? Yeah, for competitive? Yeah, competitive's all core.
Is a credit to their defense.
He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown.
Hey, hit me with that new pod, you ready?
A big play there.
Oh, he didn't throw it.
Touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
Nah, but
as a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it.
I thought you blocked that. He grabbed that?
Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to
Yeah,
chase him.
I'm pretty nasty at Call of Duty. Any shooter game, really, I'm pretty nasty. When I was playing H1Z1 before you hit me up earlier, we were getting some wins on there.
Time of game, you don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he
I
felt
used
good
to.
about what he had for a 2-point conversion.
I played it for the first 3 seasons, and then they started adding too much extra junk, and I like all of it, so I stopped playing. I got like 500 wins, almost a 5K or something.
Falcons offense, it's their first possession of the second half now. Ryan will bring the
Yeah, there's too much extra stuff now. Like, I like the fact when it was just the, the OG, when they first came out with it. You know, it was just the building and crap. You know, that was good. They didn't have all this extra grenade stuff, launching people. Right.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is...
Shit. I'll be right back. Hold on. What's good, Drew?
Read, react, and make a play.
Yeah, I'm finishing up this little man tip.
He looked like one of those guys.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Well, I mean, pistol don't play.
At the 31
Go ahead,
yard line.
I'm finna be in the 4th.
Nah, I think my team's got to play. You can actually play.
Well, they weren't able to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end in his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
No good. No sense.
Now it's Ryan. And he's got it to Hearns.
Damn, it's getting lit in here.
And he'll be down deep in New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
I'm not sure how
this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the ball.
I don't have no center.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Wait, I can guess this one.
An intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I'll sit out. Yeah, I already got one.
You have to almost take a chance. Rely on your
Just hit me out when you need me,
the play you think they would run here.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Allen Hearns, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints are back within a score. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd? And they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
Yeah, my bad.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Ryan on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman.
Shit, just hit me if you need me, Drew.
People that I care to try against. If not, I don't want to try at all. Most of the time, I'm running around with a sniper rifle, just having fun.
But now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Man, where that nigga at anyway? I ain't seen that nigga none this year, Kyle.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So the false start certainly doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. I don't need to fucking work. You fucking guys.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Anzalone in there to drop it for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Fielded at the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, man.
I'm gonna put this shit the fuck up now.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play for the Saints.
We're playing, man. What are we doing?
56 yards.
There will always be a place for the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, and explosive plays.
I looked up and I seen like 3 of us on the same side. I was like, you run a man. Very close to
the amount of
one.
sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I got it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is intercepted.
I can't wait till I get that mid-range set out, bro. I need to go ahead and finish grinding it up. Nah, man, there's like extra badges here and there that I don't ever really use. They're not finished maxed out. Like miscellaneous type stuff. And the stuff that I just don't use. Like mid-range Deadeye, 90% of the time, deep range pops up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So yeah, like my mid-range Deadeye is not gold, but my freaking deep range is Hall of Fame.
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the
Man, I'm telling you, go on my YouTube there and look up my Black Ops 4 video I got on there and see what I do on that.
Good chance of ending up winning this game.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I put the word big in capital letters here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded inside the 5.
No cap. You hear me? No
good
cap.
return there. Call it 13 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Special delivery, man. FedEx overnight shit.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
I don't care what adjustments they made. Motherfuckers shouldn't have been on court when it wasn't valid.
Good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here
he was the only person on the squad that's not on our team.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes in.
Back with AO, he was with us
having
before.
Poise, this stage of the
of course,
game,
he did the
you can't
normal
have
rain
those kind of
routine.
plays.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw.
Nah, Penny just went on.
And this is caught. A spectacular one.
He got, matter of fact, he got on a few games after that.
Pick up there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
He was sleeping and shit.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They gotta find a way to gash the defense.
You gotta sharpen the 1, slash it 2, lock 3, stretch 4.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle.
Let's get him out of here quick. Let's put a quick 40 on him.
They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish.
They got 2 defenders, 2-way slash and a lock and then a pure rim.
Gets into enemy territory. And a quick slant gets
3 defenders, 6'9", 2-way slash and
They've got a
big.
1st down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position.
They're all big, right? The freaking two guards, 6'9".
Looked like he may have had it there for just a split second. He had positioning, couldn't get it to stick in his paws.
How about them both going up for it?
Oh, yeah,
A moment of truth there. You thought he had it, as you noted. Didn't come down with it. Contested a little bit. Maybe he should be a defensive back like that.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete.
Hey, you do need to put out the air, son.
Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
What?
They'll look to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly.
Munson.
And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Freeman again. And he's got room. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
That rim protector and a two-way slasher.
He is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Corey Coleman finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean,
it was the two-way that happened. Nah, it was the two-way. It was the two-way that ripped you. Yeah, the two-way ripped you.
It's easy to say that from the booth, but it is. How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where
two-way slap. Come on now.